This video may not be the most exciting or incredible tip on how to improve, but I swear it'll make you a better music producer. Welcome to the Producer Place. My name is Nick Roller. I'm a producer and mixing engineer from Australia. I have millions and millions of streams working with many artists around the world. I'm not perfect, but I do know things. I'm sure you know things too. But welcome. Hope you're doing well. Before we get into this little rant of a video, there are some freebies linked below. There's a free vocal mixing cheat sheet. There's Studio One presets. There's a producing in Studio One course. There's some other things as well. Go check them out. All free. Enjoy. So in 2024, 2025, moving forward, I'm sure there's a lot of videos on YouTube. There's a lot of different videos about music production. There's a lot of different TikTok videos, Instagram videos, blog posts, podcasts. There's a lot of everything about how to get better at music production. But what's the secret? What's the key? How do you actually get better? Do you need to buy some expensive courses? Do you need to get mentors? Do you need to work with artists? There's a lot of different pathways. What is the right one? And I will disclaim, there are many ways to do this. There's many ways to get better. I'm just going to tell you what I think works. And you can disagree all you like. You can comment below. But I promise if you follow this very, very simple piece of advice, you will actually improve. And that simple piece of advice is this. Make a new song every day. Make a new beat every day. A song, a beat, whatever you want to classify it as. Does it have vocals? Does it not? It doesn't really matter. Make a new one every day. It's a very simple criteria. All you need to do is start a session, like so, and make a song and finish it as much as you can. Set 2 hours, set 4 hours, set 8 hours, whatever amount of time that you have available. I assume you're busy. We're all busy. If I was going to improve, if I was going to learn and improve at production right now, this is what I would do. Every day, I would set aside as much time as I could. Let's say I've got an hour. And in that hour, I would try to go 0 to 100%. That means I would have drums, I'd have bass, I'd have chords, I'd have melodies, and I'd have arrangement. I'd try to structure it as like a verse, a chorus, a verse, a chorus, a bridge, a chorus. In that hour, I would try to get as far along as possible. And I would do this every single day that I could. And every day, hopefully what happens is two things. The first is the general quality improves. Every day you get slightly better at making good music. And also, hopefully every day you get slightly faster, so you get slightly further along in that hour. At first, you might only be able to do a verse and a chorus, or maybe a verse. Second day, you might be able to do a verse and the start of a chorus. The third day, you might be able to do the verse, the chorus, and the second verse. You just keep pushing. There's no secrets here. There's no, you have to watch my videos. Just practice. You will soon improve at the things that you struggle at. Not to say that tutorials aren't helpful, because they certainly are. But I've personally found that I've improved the most when I've simply done it the most. This advice also boils down into the tools that you're using. Just learn one tool. Get Vital Synth, which is free on any door, and make a song using only that synth and say drum samples. Just use that. If you use that every day and also made a song every day, that's 3 birds with 1 stone. You get better at music production, you get faster at music production, and you learn a synth really well. An important note, just in case like you're thinking it, like it'll suck at first. It'll suck on multiple levels. You probably won't make good music. It'll probably not be ultra fun because you're like, I can't make good music. That's just part of the fun though. That's part of the fun. You look back and you're like, wow, I sucked. I look back at stuff I did last week and I'm like, that sucks compared to today. And that's a week later. It's kind of dumb. You can make this easier for yourself. There's a bunch of different pieces of software. There's a bunch of different MIDI packs that you can download that have chord progressions already made, or they can make you chord progressions. This can be a good way to do it because you can at least get a vibe going. You could get Splice or AudioSed, which are sample libraries, or you could purchase sample packs that have loops in them, and you could start your song off with a loop by dragging it in and using that as a vibe point. Or you could use an AI song creator and then resample that. Whatever your skills are going to allow and whatever you're comfortable with, these tools, I guess we'll call them, are just a good way to get started. You want to be able to move fast, so that's a good starting point, and then you can produce around it. Sometimes just looking at a blank canvas can be a little bit overwhelming and intimidating, but having like a vibe starting point makes the whole process a little bit nicer and more enjoyable. You don't need to think about releasing this music, especially if you're very, very new to the whole thing. This is just to get practice. It's like if you go to the gym, at first it's hard. The more bench presses you do, the easier the bench press gets. It's like playing tennis. The more balls you hit, the better at hitting balls you get. Exact same process. The more you sing, the better at singing. The more you play a guitar, the better at the better at guitar you get. It's the same stuff. The more you produce, the better at producing you get. And the beautiful thing that will happen, I promise this will happen, is if you do this every day, eventually you'll make something really good. Whatever context really good is, really good for you, really good for someone else, I don't know, but it'll be better than the rest and you'll feel really happy about it. And that'll inspire you onwards. I think it's really easy to get caught up in the weeds of trying to make your third song that you've ever made the best song ever. And it just won't be. There's just such a low chance that that first song or third song or fifth song that you make will be the best song. So rather than putting all of this pressure on yourself to stress yourself out to make it the best, make it good enough. 80% is good. Continue. I promise you'll look back in a year and look at that third or fifth song and laugh at it. This is a Band-Aid ripping off. Rather than spending all of your time trying to finish these songs and make them perfect, just move a little bit quicker. You can come back and polish them up later. You can spend lots of time on a song down the line. I think the best thing that you can do right now is just move quickly, get runs on the board, experiment with genre, with style, with tempo, with key, experiment with different synths. I know I said start using one synth, but you could experiment with different synths, or you could experiment with one synth but using it differently. Just try stuff, see what happens. Do you work best with speakers? Do you work best with headphones? Who knows? Do you work best with a laptop speaker? This is about getting quick iterations and improving fast. Another way that this could kind of manifest itself is you could watch a YouTube video in the morning or at lunchtime or whenever works of how to make a bass synth, and then that's your starting point. You watch a Serum tutorial or a Vital tutorial on how to make a plucking bass synth, and then you make that bass synth, and then that's the starting point for your song, and you go. I'm not going to show you how to make a song. Go make a song. Turn off YouTube. Go make something, and go easy on yourself if it sucks. Probably will suck if you're new. It'll get better with time, I promise. All right, that's my sermon done. I hope this has inspired you to make something, and just go easy. Have fun at the end of the day. Enjoy it. Make good music, and make bad music too. If you found this helpful, hit like and hit subscribe, and I'll catch you later. Goodbye.